Hi everybody, it's Rachel from Sage. How are you today? I hope you're well. I'm well. I've had another busy week at school. I just wanted to catch you up on a few things. A heads up to you and, also some new favourites that I'm actually wearing. A brand popped up in my feed called O2 Wear, and they are a UPF clothing brand. I don't know if they're available internationally, but the clothes are designed in Australia and they're made from bamboo, and they've got this fantastic feature which covers the backs of your hands. So the wrap I'm wearing here, okay, it's nice and long, it's curved, so it's flattering over the hips, and the best thing, there's a pocket on each side. So I'm going to be wearing this on repeat. Oh, I've already got makeup on it. Wearing this on repeat through the autumn. I also bought one in navy, right? And they're a nice weight. They've got a good weight to them, so they're not going to be too loose or hanging awkwardly over my hips, which I've got, wide hips. O2 Wear. I recommend them. Now, these were $90, but because it was my first purchase, I got a $15 discount code, so $90 each, Australian, of course. That's not expensive for clothing here, certainly not clothing that I know I will get my money's worth out of. The lipstick today is from the Cosmic Beauty 'Tis the Season set, absolutely glorious set. Santa Baby, beautiful packaging, tastes like caramel. Just love everything about that set, to be honest. Today I'm wearing two liners. I have the Stila dual-ended liner, that's the brown, and then I have gone over the top with the new one, to me anyway, NYX Vivid Brights, and the colour is Cobalt Crush. So it is a dip liner, right? Nice bright blue. I got one in red as well, but it's actually more of a terracotta, which I really like. Okay, so an orangey red, which will be really nice as well. And I think on my eyelids, I just got some blusher and something out of my magnetic homemade palette that came out of the Made by Mitchell Head in the Clouds, no, Feet on the Ground palette, which I butchered and then decluttered a lot of and actually gave the rest to my daughter. Now, I'm not wearing any foundation or concealer or anything today because I am actually going to the gym. So this is like, for me, a matte lipstick that's dried down, a waterproof eyeliner and mascara, my brows, which won't move because, got to be Schwarzkopf, bulletproof. They won't move when I'm doing a workout, so that's why I'm not wearing any foundation. I've just got sunscreen on, which I will wipe off before I do my workout because otherwise it gets really gross. I get gross, let's face it, at the gym. Who would have thought? Discount Beauty Boutique. I have purchased from them with caution in the past. I am now concerned that they are not operating. I have been waiting 6 weeks for my Moira stuff that I ordered from them. It's the only place you can get Moira from in Australia. I stopped getting emails about 2 weeks ago. They were sending me automated emails up until that point, and now I've heard nothing. So it's been 6 weeks. Bother anybody for a couple of weeks because I live in a remote area and I know that the postal is so slow. So I'm not going to bother anybody like 3 days later or anything like that. I gave them a good 2 weeks and then I started to contact them as to where, the whereabouts of my order. They emailed me twice, replied twice with the same automated message, and I haven't heard anything for 2 weeks. I have contacted them via their website. I've also emailed their customer service 3 times, and I've heard nothing. So at this point, I feel that I have lost the money that I have spent, and I know they're still accepting orders because I saw people shopping on there this week. I am telling you, my wonderful subscribers, I am hopeful this is not true, but I am fearful that it is, that Discount Beauty Boutique is not operating legitimately, and perhaps they haven't been for a while. But this time I noticed that I could only pay for my order with a direct debit. I should have seen that sign, hey? I usually use not Afterpay, ZipPay or PayPal because they are a more secure third-party provider for me, for the purchaser, for you, the purchaser. And then when I saw that it was a direct debit only, I thought, right, okay, I understand that as a business operator, it's expensive to operate the third-party things like the FPOS machine, the Square. I've stopped using that because it's just got, the commission is too much and I want to keep my costs down for my clients. I am not wanting to come on here and just gossip and throw shade on an Australian business, but they have not done the right thing by me. They have not contacted me in over 2 weeks. I have been a good customer for several years. They are the only supplier of Moira in Australia, and I'm a Moira fan, and a lot of us are. They make great products. I just wish they would be honest about what is going on. Just let me know. Let your customers know. And stop taking orders if you cannot fulfill them. Another rant is about a courier service. Now, these are an international courier, and I've mentioned them before, but I haven't mentioned them by name, and now I am going to name them. Aramex. If you're buying from Amazon, or if you're in Australia, if you are purchasing from other websites that use Aramex, that you can actually track that. It's really hard to find this out, but you can if you ask them directly, who are you using? Aramex, if you live in rural Australia, are dreadful. So I have a Merit Beauty order, and I know that Merit have shipped. They've been contacting me. They've been asking me how I'm liking my products. I am so looking forward to getting my Merit order because Merit has only just come to Australia, and the Merit aesthetic, the Merit style of makeup in terms of the foundation, etc., is very much what I prefer. I think I'm going to really love it. Perhaps not the eyeshadows, but that's another story. They have been contacting me wanting to know how I'm going with my products, knowing that I have a YouTube channel, knowing that I have an Instagram profile, etc. And I've had to tell them, I haven't even received my products yet. I haven't received them. I know they're in Australia. They've been in Australia for well over a week, not just 5 days, 7 days at least. And they have not made it to me, and it's because of the courier. I would not have ordered because I have been stuffed around by Aramex in the past. They once rang me and told me that my order had gone back to the depot, and they told me to go to the depot and collect it. The depot is 3.5 hours away from where I live. So I was speaking to somebody not in Australia about this issue. They had absolutely no idea the distance that that's involved. I understand that shipping is difficult. I understand all of that. I get that. But I don't understand why a courier will tell me they've taken my parcel back to the depot before they've even tried to deliver it. I've gone to the point of changing my delivery address from my farm, which I get. No one wants to drive down a farm road. I get that. I've changed it to a relative's house in town. And I'm not just talking about a little town, I'm talking about a big town, right? A really big town. So that I can at least go to that relative's house and get my Aramex orders if need be. Now, they have taken my parcel back to the depot 3.5 hours away, the Merit Beauty order, back to the depot 3.5 hours away, without even letting me know that it was in the region, that it was in my district. Have they not bothered to try and deliver it to my relative's address? And I cannot get a reply from them. I have sent them a text. I have phoned the number that they gave me once to ring. Nobody answered the phone. So that's why I don't order from Amazon, because they use Aramex here in regional Australia. And I have now named this company. I have named them. I hope that I have shamed them in some way into trying to address their customer service issues, because it is just not acceptable. Now, with the Discount Beauty Boutique thing, I am reserving judgment there just a wee bit, because I'm hopeful that they will contact me on Monday in the new week. If they don't, this video will be going up, and I will put a little update on the end of this end slate here to tell you what's happened since. It's just not right to take people's money and then to leave them in the lurch. It's just not right. Be taking orders if you cannot fulfill them. You should not be taking people's money if you're not prepared to ship the products in a reasonable time frame through a reputable postal or courier provider. Now, I changed my address, my delivery details with them, so that they would have to use Ozpost. For all its faults, I always get my parcels with Ozpost, and I always know where they are because I can track them on the app. It might be more expensive, but it's better for the customer. I'm happy to pay for Ozpost to be my provider, my delivery provider. I know I live in a rural area. That's how it is. It might be different where you live in the city. I'm not sure, but here, when everything seems to be going online, I look at the main street of the town I live in, and there's clothes shops everywhere. We can only buy a lot of stuff now from online businesses, and I try to buy from Australian ones. I do. They're obviously not Australian, but Discount Beauty Boutique is. They are an Australian-based website. I think you can hear my frustration. And I'm telling you these things because I want you to be aware that that people are not always running their businesses in an appropriate way. Because you're an online business doesn't mean that you get away with that. It doesn't mean that your responsibilities to the consumers are abrogated. They're not. You operate under the same consumer laws in Australia as everybody else, whether you're in a person business or an online business. This I know. Common sense to do that. And I'm in business for a reason. I want to make some money eventually, but I'm here to serve my customers. And if you're not serving customers, why are you in business? People are very conscious of spending money, these days, especially with cost of living being so high. So if anything, you should be trying harder. You should be doing more to attract customers, not less. Not just saying, oh, well, it'll be right. We're in the online space. No one can find us. We're anonymous, etc. That's just not acceptable. Not acceptable. Take some responsibility. Take some responsibility for what you have or haven't done, for heaven's sake. Discount Beauty Boutique, I'm watching you. Aramex, make sure that if you live in rural Australia, that your courier is not them. please. Thank you very much. Rant over. Talk to you again soon. Have a wonderful day.